Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out ARK Survival Ascended. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about $45 or so, and I stress early access. Everything that you're seeing here is subject to change. So, at this point in time, ARK Survival Ascended includes one map, and that is the island. According to the Steam store page, more stuff is coming. Ragnarok map, the Genesis maps, all that stuff that were from the original game will eventually see their way into this. So I'm only playing this game for about an hour or two because the game is clearly not like it's rough. I tried it on my regular hard drive and it was chugging. So I moved it to my solid state drive and it's still chugging a little bit, even on the settings that I have it on. And I have a 3000 series graphics card. I don't remember the exact type, but it's pretty good. I don't really have any complaints except for the more recent City Skylines 2, which is kind of its own crapshoot. But anyway, so this game, I feel like, is just a remake of the original, and it's missing a lot of those features from that remake. So part of me is like, well, why would I pay $45 for this to get an eighth of the content that the original had? And to be honest with you, the old game wasn't that bad. Like, when I load it up now, aside from the fact that it's like 90 gig or 100 gig and every patch takes 3 hours because they're always adjusting anyway. So, like, aside from that, like, aside from the size of the files, like, that game is amazing. It looks great too. They really didn't need to remake this, in my opinion, but they did. So there's a survival of the fittest mode, join game, create or resume game, or mods list. I did see a couple of mods out here already. It looks like mainly dinosaurs, possibly some other tools. I don't use mods. I really don't. Not for this game anyway. So, like I said, the island is only available right now, and then more stuff will be coming later. So I can either choose to create a single-player game or a non-dedicated server. I will warn you, I have not attempted multiplayer yet. No one I know has this, and on top of that, I wouldn't trust it anyway, just because, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like the old game, I was able to connect just fine. This game, I was seeing that people were reporting issues with multiplayer. So I'm like, well, why would I get this game for other people if it's just going to be just as janky? So you can modify the game like you could in the original. My complaint, though, still stands with a lot of these settings. Like, when you're trying to figure out what stats affect what, like, there's a wild dino tab and a tamed dino tab. And I know the difference between wild and tamed, but when you hover over the tooltips, it says the scaling factor for the amount of health gained by tamed creatures as a percentage of the default setting. Well, why is that tooltip under the wild dino tab? Shouldn't the tooltips reflect, like, wild dinos? So I'm afraid to change this because, like, I don't want my tamed dinos to be sort of nerfed as I adjust those figures. I don't know. Like, the tooltip says tamed creatures. It doesn't say anything about wild. It says tamed. And this is under the wild tab. And a lot of these tooltips aren't helpful. So I never know what I'm adjusting half the time. And if you're going to remake a game, fix that. Fix your mistakes. It's like the developers, didn't change anything in some aspects. Like, why not go to the lengths to fix this part of the game so players can customize it and know what they're getting into? That's asinine to me. I don't understand that part of it. So, yeah, you can still adjust what engrams you have. The UI is different, but, like, I feel like that's all it is. The main menu music is actually a letdown. Yeah, it's nice to listen to, but it's not that iconic. That's gone. I'm like, I want my music back. Nope, it's completely different music. I cannot load ARK and not unhear that music. I'm sorry. It's just it's part of my soul. I have 160 hours in the original Survival Evolved, and that's a pin drop compared to some other people who have thousands of hours in this game. And can you imagine booting up an ARK game and not hearing that music? I'm sorry, but that's kind of crazy. So I'm just going to load up the game, and again, this is not going to be a review. I just quickly wanted to show you what the game looks like right now, and it's OBS is not happy right now. I'll just say that it's the game is still trying to render and load and stuff, but you can kind of see the difference in the graphics here. If I turn, it gets really choppy. Yes, it looks somewhat nicer. Let's head down to the water here, and I apologize for the lag. I can see it on OBS. It's not happy. But if I just stand still and not move, you can kind of see the water looks actually quite nice. I'm really, really happy about that. Let's see if I can lower settings and see if it makes it any better. If I put textures on, say, medium and shadows on medium. I had this problem with the original ARK too. Like, this game is just not optimized at all. Let's go ahead and save that and see if that adjusts anything. All right. No, it's still very choppy in-game. So I sincerely apologize for the choppiness that you might see, but that's sort of a testament to what I'm trying to say about the game not being optimized. So rather than show you a whole lot of gameplay, my goal right now is just to sort of show you the world that you're going to be thrust into. One thing I do like, and I don't know if this was part of the original ARK, was that when you're crafting, so, oh my god. Yeah, my guy looks a lot more cartoony. The tabs are the same. Like, everything is the same. You still have the same unlock menu here, like your engrams. Like, I have not seen a whole lot of differences between this game and the original. So, like I'm baffled. Look, okay, the tooltip is slightly different. Put out fire, campfire health, like that. They changed the UI in certain places, but they access inventory. But you still have to, you know, drag food over here, drag food back, or shift click, whatever. But it's the same UI structure. And you know, some people might argue if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I can get that, but the rocks still fly into the heavens whenever you destroy large boulders, and then they shrink to nothing. So, yeah, this is the world that you're going to get. Now, to be fair, my screen is not choppy. OBS is, and I think that's just a limitation of, it's overwhelming my processor right now, or my RAM, whatever it is. As far as building is concerned, let's go ahead and craft, say, I like this. Let's go ahead and do, like, if you want to do a ramp, for example, they sort of combined it into one thing. I'll craft one of these and one of these. So, again, I don't know if they did this in the original ARK, but it seems like certain objects are now tied together into one thing. It'll make sense when I show you here. Let's drag that down here. Okay, so if I select my roof, for example, on the very bottom, it's kind of hard to see, but it says thatch roof, 1 of 2. Or if I hit R, it changes to thatch stairs. So, like, I can do a thatch roof, or I can do stairs. So I can swap between the two, which is kind of cool. I could have sworn there were different engrams before. Same thing with the... Oh god, that guy's awful. Same thing with the walls here. If you look on the bottom of the screen, let me see if I can go here, makes it easier to see. It says thatch wall, and then doorway, and then thatch doorway without the top part, and then a window. So, like, I can easily swap between them, which is, I like that. I love that I can craft one thing and then choose the style that I want. Seems like OBS is behaving a little bit better now. No. Now that I'm outside, it's a bit more janky. So, yeah, this is the world that you're getting. I'll see if I can find a couple of dinos and then just sit still. There's a shark megalodon, possibly. Let's go say hi to it. Oh, okay. Well, there's one right there. I'm trying not to move. It looks... Oh, I hear a dodo, I think. Yep, so there's a dodo. This has been my first couple of hours off camera in ARK. I crafted that thing up there, and that's about it. So, like, I have to really stress here that this game feels like it's a prototype at this point. It's not well optimized at all. There is zero reason, aside from investing on behalf of the developers, there's no reason to buy this right now. When you've got ARK Survival Evolved, you've got all those different maps, you've got everything. Whereas with this game, it's like, well, let's remake the game, but here's like an eighth of the content, so, you know, folks will like it, right? They'll still support us, right? I'm sorry, but as a reviewer who wants the best deals possible for my viewers, this is not worth the money. I would just go back and I'm going to uninstall this and go play the original ARK and then come back to it in a couple of years when the developers have added what they're supposed to add, when they've optimized more things. Yes, the game visually looks better. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm saying, what's the point of it looking better when it runs like crap? Like, I'd rather have a crappier looking game and it run butter smooth, especially in a first person game where I'm stabbing dinosaurs with a pointy stick. You know what I mean? I'd rather have that lag-free environment. So I look forward. I will say I do look forward to a remake of this years from now when it's actually done. I look forward to playing it. I can't wait to play it. I want to get lost in ARK again. As of right now, I could not get lost in this because A, they haven't done enough to justify that price tag. B, they haven't fixed some of the issues from the original ARK, i.e. the menus, like trying to customize your game. This tooltip means absolutely nothing to me. So what does this custom setting do? They didn't fix any of that. And the UI is the same. Like, at least, I'm sorry, but like, do something different. Do something different. And it's just not. So I'm sorry, but I would just be happy to go back to playing original ARK. And again, keep in mind, multiplayer at the moment may appear probably super buggy. I have not seen that firsthand, but if you look on the Steam store page, a lot of the mixed reviews state, you know, can't connect to multiplayer, getting disconnected constantly. I'm not getting into that crapshoot. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'll just load up the original ARK and that'll be that. So there you go, folks. This is just like a quick, I hate to call it rant, but that's what it feels like it is. This game needs some more time to cook. That's all there is to it. And I will be uninstalling it to save space. So that's it for me. If you're expecting more, I apologize, but I just wanted to give you my 2 cents and just show you a little bit of the game. That's as far as I got, and that's as far as I dare to go until it's fixed. So there you go. ARK Survival Ascended. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. Catch you all next time. Take care.